Hello and welcome to the Season 7 reunion of the Inner Circle Dallas. I'm your host, Zachary O'Neal, and I am here with the lovely cast of the Inner Circle Dallas. Melanie, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. You look good.
Thank you. You too. Come on, pants.
You know, they was talking about my pants, but that's all right. Devin, how are you?
I'm doing good, as you can tell.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
was Prince.
Tamika,
Hey, everybody.
how are you?
I'm good.
Your first reunion?
Yes.
You excited?
I am.
Yeah? Any nervousness coming into it, or are you more excited?
I'm more excited.
Okay, all right, good. Christina,
Well,
Queen B,
and she is.
7th reunion.
Hello. I made it.
Nyoka, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Any advice for us today since you're our resident?
Nobody can judge you but you, like Beyonce said.
Okay,
Hey,
all right. Darius,
Yes.
how are you?
I'm doing well, Zach. Thank you.
7th reunion.
Yes, I'm excited.
You okay? You had a lot to say on Twitter. I hope you
Yes,
are ready to
yes,
address
I'm
that.
ready. I'm very much ready. So we'll see.
Pretty sermon.
But I
Okay.
still look good.
Elbow
So,
shot.
thank
You
you.
do look great, Dicky.
All right, Chan. Well, Tamika. So we're gonna start with you since you're the newest one here. Who are you most looking forward to meeting when you came into the group?
I thought I was most interested in meeting Christina.
But we saw how that went. Okay. Who was the most welcoming and least welcoming person?
The most welcoming, I would say Nyoka.
Okay.
And the least,
You want to see Miss Christina?
we're gonna just accept this Miss Christina. Yes.
Okay. Now, Christina, what is it with you and new people?
What you mean?
What is it with you and new people? Every time there's a new
I don't
person,
have a problem with new
I
people.
cannot tell.
They just gotta prove themselves. I don't have a problem with new people, but you gotta earn your right to be here, and it just is what it is.
All the person you didn't have a problem with was Melanie.
That's my friend.
Okay. So, Tamika, you also said when you had your conversation with Darius initially with Erica that, or you said in your confessional that if everyone is saying they have a problem with Darius, maybe it's Darius.
I did.
Does that still stand after being around the group and filming the season?
Absolutely. I mean, I love you. You always be my friend, but the truth is the truth. We can talk facts and we can talk feelings.
Kids say it's a pistol. It's a pistol.
Feelings is always, gonna be in the back burner, but facts are always gonna be facts. And I love him. And I love him for who
I
he
love you
is.
back.
But yeah, I do feel.
You don't got no, you're not gonna argue with her? Like you
What? Accountability? What?
Well,
You don't talk shit
the way I
about
feel
me.
about
I
it
know
is
nice.
because it is what it is, you know. So she has her opinion about it, and I respect it. And I'm not upset about it because I mean, over the last several years, that's basically what's been the issue. So. I mean,
Well, let me ask you this, Darius, because most of the time when people give their opinion of you,
very argumentative.
you are very argumentative and very defensive,
I'd accept it.
but you get to have an opinion about everybody.
Behind their back and not to their face.
Not
Well,
behind the bag.
we didn't really film this season, so I couldn't really even say anything to you because
So
the only
you
time we
decided to talk
filmed
about
it was
me.
at the photo shoot.
So you decided to talk about me.
I can talk about you anytime I want to,
But
on
you have a
Twitter
number,
or
right?
in the face, but we didn't have any hair.
But
But-
here's the thing though, whenever I was not around, you made it a point to bring my name up.
Because
Nobody
you,
else brought my name
as
up
a
but
friend, when we were out in events, you were never present, so that's why I said it.
In which, when I wasn't present, I had a
Because
valid
it-
fucking
because
reason.
it
And
was
if
at
any of my
Nyoka,
reasons
it was-
applied to you, then I would have
I
told
would feel
you.
offended if I had an event and you're supposed to be my
But this
friend.
was
It wasn't
your
your
business.
business.
It was-
It's not
But
your-
I
Well,
had
hold on
an
a second,
opinion and I
'cause
can
we're-
voice my opinion just like everybody
It's
else.
like you
on-
asked Tamika about how much she paid for her party.
Okay,
Out of
it's just like if
fucking
I'm a
line.
friend of yours, if you bought yourself a new car, I'm gonna be like, hey girl, that's a nice ass car. Like, how much does that shit cost? I
That's
wasn't
still
trying to
not
get
your
your bank
fucking
account.
place. That's
I'm
still
not
not
your
your
bank account. So
None
I'm
of
gonna
my
get fucking
friends
mad.
You watching her cool.
I've never asked my friend how much.
No.
Okay, so if you
You
buy
are.
outfits,
So
you don't
you
ask your friend how much those outfits cost?
No.
Oh, okay. I'm just the only one that's
You
crazy.
are.
I guess so. Whatever.
Well, okay. Well, while we on
That's
that,
weird.
while we on the topic though, let me ask you this.
Yes.
Because you did say something about Melanie not spending time with you or filming with you or whatever. Do you have an issue or are you jealous of her relationship with?
Absolutely not. She can have her friendships
It's
with
internet, though.
everybody.
It's
else.
give and take.
I didn't. Me neither.
So I'm really not a fan.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
now that you
because-
said it, I never thought about it like that.
What you
but it's
think? You
getting
think it's
I was
good?
just gonna raise my
What am
No,
I
he-
supposed to be jealous of, though? I don't understand.
I just feel like
Because-
because it's just like how the simple fact that me and Mel have this little love-hate relationship, and I throw jabs and fly to this, and then all of a sudden now there's.
I mean, it's cute shade. I mean, it is what it
Why are you
is.
joining in if you're my friend? Why are you
Joining in on what, though? What am I joining in
If
on?
you're around Devin and you guys are getting close and he decides to talk shit about me,
Okay.
that's something that is
Again, it's an
going to
opinion
happen.
because at that point, you was bringing up his health issues, his health conditions.
Yeah,
and
I
I felt
was.
like it was disrespectful. So I said what I said about it, and that's what
So
it
you
is.
decided to throw shade instead of being my friend and said, "Hey, friend, let me sit down."
When
and
were
say-
you my friend last season? Because at the end of the
She
season,
definitely was
you
your
never
friend.
even
She
contact
definitely
no
was
she
your
was
friend.
not.
I was
No,
your
no,
girlfriend.
No, because you didn't come. You didn't contact me.
Nobody handled the situation
After the
properly.
film.
She was your friend, really, because
She defended you.
She defended
Okay,
you, and
she
she wanted you to
defended
know for the longest. But
She
we
defended
just didn't
your
know how to
ass.
handle the situation
This
properly.
is the thing. I feel
That's
like
okay,
I started beefing with him because he told me some shit about Naoka. I'm sorry, babe. Naoka setting you up in the first place. That's where the beef between him and I continued.
But it's
Because I
okay.
got on his ass because of you.
I'm not affected.
He got
I don't
amnesia.
care.
Okay, all right.
But you said, friend, it's okay to have it for a little bit.
Come back. You gotta come back, babe. You gotta come back.
Well,
Don't go. Wake up.
Well, speaking of friendships, though, I was glad to see you and Devin keep y'all's friendship or coolness throughout the rest of. You were surprised though? Really? Did anybody think it wasn't gonna last? Them being cool? Why not?
Do anybody still think it's not gonna happen?
Why? Why you think that?
I mean,
I don't know. Darius just be doing Darius. I don't know.
you're right, and I can agree with that. I am who I am, and I'm not going to change who I am.
But that's
So-
not what you say every season.
it's
At
like-
the beginning of the season, you
You
always
be so
Every
crazy.
season
You're
is
changing me.
different.
I'm bringing
I'm
it.
swear to
growing, yes,
God.
but at the end of the day, y'all already know. After all the seasons that I've been on, I'm
Okay,
going to
that's
say
the new
whatever
kid.
the fuck I want to say.
I just been doing work, just living life.
It's a new me.
And being messy and talking shit.
Well, you
Yeah,
and Darius,
obviously.
you and Darius
Obviously.
are. I mean, y'all managed to stay cool throughout the season too, Christina.
We did.
Are y'all
We
still-
actually-
That's because we wasn't getting in each other's business. I feel like that's
No,
what
I don't.
it
I
was.
think we were very much so in each other's business, but I think it was genuine.
Okay.
And I think that we kept the messy side
That one.
out of it, and you chose not to do that in other situations. So just because we were good, it does not mean that I am not going to acknowledge the fact that I did see you still interpret some of those ways towards your other friends.
Well, you know what?
Just because you're my friend, you still be on some bullshit.
Very much.
Well, don't we all?
We was
all
talking- we
have,
were
y'all
talking
all
about
have your own faults.
Because clearly when he
But
was talking
clearly
to
every
me,
season, it always seems to be me that's always being
No,
messy.
you just gotta
You
stop
are
trying
not.
to
You
play
should
victim.
always
Stop.
put out there.
He
but
tried,
then
he been trying to play both
Well, no,
parts.
hold on. That's not true, Darius.
That's
That's
not
not
true.
true because you had
When
your issue.
was-
Hold on, you had your issue come up.
Okay.
Christina had a whole season about her issue. Devin just had his issue this season about his health. So you're not the only person. Naoka had season 5 with Chelsea her issue. You're not the only person who have issues. Everybody's
But
issues
apparently,
come
I'm
up.
always the villain in every.
No.
It's not,
No,
we're
you're
not
always
saying
playing.
we're not
You did
saying
play
like,
Victim.
because
Right,
you
right.
just
You
like
can't take
you
accountability
went
for
and
what
told
you
Jamaica
did.
that I'm the messiest person. That's always been my ways. That's just how I'm gonna
And
be.
then you'll come 10 days later, 20 days later, and be like, yeah, friend, it was me, you know,
What?
that's my bad, I'm sorry. You just
A
think
mess.
people just supposed to be like, okay, friend, well, let me just accept you, accept you,
No, you
accept you.
can't.
You don't have to accept me. and I
It's
make
not
that
about
perfectly
doing that,
clear.
but
But
you have
then,
to make
but
the
then when you check,
changes.
you want it now. You want to play the victim.
I don't have to play.
Now,
the
when you
victim.
be by
I'm just-
But you
yourself, you feel
Okay.
some type of way.
But again, that's everybody's opinion, and that's okay. I'm fine with it.
Okay, well let's
But
let's,
y'all go there,
let's,
Child.
I guess move on.
Let's move on.
Okay.
so that
Yeah.
your journey or your health journey was something that you shared this season. How are you doing now?
Oh, you know me, I'm good. You know that I can smoke good, so you know I'm back for how long I'm smoking. I'm good.
Was it hard like watching that back happen to like relive, like talking about it or?
I mean, yeah, cause like first, it was like a touch and go situation, cause it was like it just happened so quick. So and then just being on a lot of, hooked on a lot of machines and shit. You don't know what's gonna happen. So sometimes I didn't even want to go to sleep because I just feel like you could hear people in the next room talking about that. When I went to the glory, so I'm just like, so I'm just like, okay, am I gonna be next? Like it was plenty times I just did not go to sleep.
Yeah. Well, we're glad you're doing better.
Yes,
we're glad you're
absolutely.
here with us, back in the mix. So we appreciate that.
Yes, thank you.
But was it hard to come back to filming like right after that?
Nah, because I missed it. But no, it was cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Melanie, a big thing this season was like you not reaching out to Devin about his health issues. Well, first off, who here? Like, did everybody reach out to you besides Melanie? I know Tamika was missing. She
Yeah, but everybody reached out. Yeah.
So the consensus was, even though you're not super good friends, like what was wrong with just saying wishing you well or whatever?
I mean, honestly, I never said that there would be anything wrong with reaching out to him or anything like that. When Devin and I last spoke, we remained cordial, but it was never a friendship kind of thing, because if you recall, the last conversation I had with him was him telling me that he's played a part, or he knew about this whole setup between my friend. So it's like, yeah, I don't have any beef with you, but I also see what you're capable of, and I need to treat you with a long-handled spoon. So it's not that I purposely woke up every morning and said, oh, let me purposely not hit Devin up about his medical situation. It didn't cross my mind.
Okay.
That wasn't someone that was in my circle of people that I think about, or even just people that I consider to be on a super positive level with. I didn't have any beef with him, but when you kind of see what a person is capable of, you just kind of act accordingly. So that's what it was. And this whole season, he blew it up as if I just woke up and said, you know what, today is March 29th, and what am I not going to do? Call fucking Devin. Like, that's what he made it seem like. She just didn't hit me up, and that really wasn't the case. So then when you mix that with me knowing that you could be on some bullshit, and every time I see you, I'm trying to be cool with you, but you coming at me, it's like,
Yeah.
that's all you're going to get from me. So if you want to make this about this, then yeah, I didn't hit you up. I wasn't going to hit you up. I didn't think about hitting you up since you want to put so much life into that.
Okay. So Tamika, I know you tried to like get Melanie to see like another side of it. You're trying to understand, like her, understand Devin's side of it. So after
And I
hearing
saw her side.
so after hearing her thought process behind that, you kind of
Yeah, I kind of get it, because of course, like I said, I'm new, so I don't really know all the ins and outs of their friendship, their relationship.
Devin has a way of exaggerating. It's like he lied and said that Christina cussed out your kid.
Yes.
He has a way of exaggerating things. So the way he probably made it seem like, oh shit, that bitch didn't hit me up at all.
I could put a little spice on stuff a little bit, but I mean,
But don't do that when it's attacking somebody's character. Because
You
now
said,
that's
who don't like a little hot sauce?
okay.
oh, love a little spice.
But still,
When it comes to a point where people are looking at me different because nobody call you, you're taking a shot at my character, and I don't appreciate that, because I'm not a bad person. I take pride in not being a bad person. So for you to make it known or make it such a big deal that I purposely didn't call you, you shaking a shot at my character, and I don't appreciate
All right,
it.
so Naoka, question for you. When Devin brought up, or another thing that was really big this season was Melanie saying that she doesn't talk to either Devin or the group unless she gets paid. Why was it so easy for you to believe that she would say something like that?
I guess just because our past experiences and just me not having expectations of people and not giving people the benefit of the doubt. I got my own trust issues, so it just kind of asserted that, and I'm just like, I can believe it.
But it wasn't directed towards you guys.
So what did you actually say?
Oh my god.
Jealous.
What I said was, I don't want to communicate or interact with Devin unless I'm getting paid. Because every time I'm around him, it's always some shit that goes on. It can't never be just an event where we're cordial. We don't have to be buddy-buddy. We don't have to say all these millions of words to each other. We don't have to hug and kiss. Every single time I've been in the same place with him, it's been something, and it's been initiated by him because of however he feels. But he chooses to handle it in a way that is pure fucking clownery. So if I'm going to indulge, because he gotta know at this point, I'm not just gonna let you say what you want to say to me. It's gotta be something in it for me. Because I love to handle adult situations for free, but when I handle situations like a fucking animal, I'm sorry, I gotta get paid. And it wasn't meant towards anybody else on this cast. I have had disagreements with everybody else, and we have found a way to coexist. But with him, whatever this chip is on his shoulder, it causes him to really act out when he sees me.
So a comment that we got was that the show after your first season may have gone to your head a little bit. Does anyone think
To Melanie Hayes?
To
Yeah.
my head, I don't think so at all.
Does anyone think
No.
nobody thinks that? Damn.
Nah, I ain't.
Nah, I mean, she's been the same old, rude motherfucker I know. So I mean,
And I own it.
Who started it?
And I own it because you deserve it.
Who
But shit,
started
if it
what?
go in your head, it's just like you defending
Who
yourself.
started
Like,
the rule shit?
What are you talking about?
So you just thought you was gonna come
I'm
in?
like Darius. I call amnesia. I don't know what you talking about.
Well, Devin, you did kind of start with
We
her.
finished
last-
it.
You did start with her. You did whatever.
That was so long ago. Y'all have to let me know. What did I say? I'm so sorry.
It's not the first time.
When was-
It wasn't the last time.
We're not gonna go back.
When was the first and the second
Just
time?
know you started it with her first.
And
Y'all
so
friend called me Angie. That's what y'all talking about.
after,
That was after the
After.
That was
what
after
you
you
said
started.
before.
What did I say? Oh.
Okay. Well, Melanie, another question for you. Do you feel, because you felt like you didn't get an invite from anyone, so do you feel like after last season, majority of the group kind of shut you out?
I want to say yes, but it wasn't like I just had a big issue with it because, like I said, at that time period, I was the new person coming in. So it didn't bother me that everybody else gravitated towards someone that they've already created this circle and this bond with. It didn't bother me at all. But don't make it a big deal when I come around and I'm just kind of, cool, hey, that's it, how you doing? Don't make it a big deal when I come around like that. I don't mind coming around you guys. Being an outsider to a friendship circle doesn't bother me because you're not going to make me feel any way about me.
Right.
I know I'm a nice person. People like me. I got friends.
Okay.
So,
real life.
right. So that's the thing. Like, it didn't bother me that much, but I did feel like it was like, okay, if the invite isn't extended towards Melanie, no one's gonna feel it right.
So I have a question for the whole group because Devin felt like this one season too. Do y'all do that on purpose, or is it like an unintentional thing where someone
I
gets
think
shut
it's
out?
Naturally, it's
unintentional.
unintentional.
It's like
I
natural
think it
selection.
is.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It is what it is. Just
I think it's
human
honestly
nature.
unintentional.
I mean, I'm around them now. I mean, yeah. I mean, when I first came around, because I didn't know nobody. So, I mean, so just think, you're supposed to be in a group of people that's supposed to,
But it's not just me being their friends on the outside and the inside. For me, it's like I don't think it's intentional on either end, and I don't think they're like as bothered by it, but they do notice it. You know what I'm saying? Because I hang out with them outside of it. It's not like they're making a big deal of it. They're just like, okay, I'm gonna do it. Okay, I see y'all. Like type thing. They're noticing it, but they're not making a big deal about it.
Okay.
Right. That's exactly how it sounds.
All right. So what was it like for y'all to meet Erica?
We could have not met her.
I don't remember.
That's a real question.
Erica, I'm sorry for saying him big on the mark. It's just because he was in and out. I don't really know.
It was like a Pepsi commercial. It was 60 seconds and she was gone.
You know what? Bye.
Well, in all fairness, Erica had some personal stuff
Yeah.
going on to where she couldn't attend. But I
But let us know.
She was cool people.
She was cool. It was a nice little shindig to her to make it
interaction.
easy.
Yes. What I remember, she was very nice, but I
Yeah.
don't remember much.
Okay. So since we're talking about
It
the
was giving
shindig,
Salt Bay.
just
What was her line?
Hey, this is me at Tamika's party. I brought the.
well, Tamika,
Is that why y'all cut up at the party?
Was you closer to her?
No.
Do you know her personally?
No, I do know. We were new. She was, so we figured this would be a good event. Just kind of get everybody,
You had never hung out
She's
with her
new to
before.
Dallas.
Oh,
she's new to
okay.
Dallas. I'm, new to the group. So I just figured it would be easier for us to kind of
Okay.
see y'all
Yeah, no,
together.
Right.
Well, speaking of your party, did you feel like Darius made a bigger deal of Christina not speaking to you than you did?
Yes.
Or,
Because in my mind, even though I'm in this circle, I kind of already expect as a new girl, you're gonna get the shade and all this stuff. So it was like, okay, I was prepared.
Yeah.
That's kind of why I did the party, just kind of like smooth it over, like, hey, welcome me with open arms type of deal. But he did, kind of make sure I knew that Christina didn't, and I wasn't gonna make a big deal about it.
yeah.
I'm very observant. I pay attention to the room. I read a room. I know when to back up, when to come in. And so I was going to eventually make my way over to Christina anyway to speak because that's just who I am. But Darius did instigate that.
Even though I walked over there.
But
After I
she
spoke
did,
to everybody, I
she
knew
did.
everybody.
Christina
so
did
I
come
spoke.
over and she spoke to me. And he was still talking shit about her. And I was like,
That's Darius.
stop.
So why, Darius? What was
Sounds
the?
about right.
Hold on, Jay. Can you make sure you're still recording? Because my mama just tried to call me.
Yeah.
You're still recording. Okay. So why? So why did you feel the need to make that a big deal?
Because in the scene, everybody actually came and approached Tamika and introduced themselves, and I didn't see that Christina did that. Like Christina went to everyone else because she was familiar with them, but she didn't
like the
actually.
police.
But why is
To
that?
politeness
But why?
or
But
something.
why is
What
that?
is going
But why is
on
that
here?
your problem?
You're
You're right. It's not my problem. I mean,
It'd be the
these girls can be in the
responsibility.
fight
That's
back
the etiquette police.
themselves.
It's like,
Sure, I'll go ahead and admit it that yeah, I
But
was over
to his
there just
defense-
being messy and shit.
Yeah.
So, you know, with being typical Darius, just trying to throw shade and try to
So you
stir
admit
the pot.
it's
So
typical.
yeah, I can admit it. Since y'all want to throw the word out there accountable, so I'm going to hold myself accountable for the fact that I was actually.
So let me ask you this. So
So
do you think anyone else holds their self accountable, or is it always you that trying to hold accountable?
it's always in every season. It's about me holding myself accountable.
So nobody
I
else
don't
can stop
see
you?
on film that anyone else here holds themselves accountable for
There
it.
must be some other cameras.
But I mean,
If you watch Houston,
Okay.
It got to be some other cameras around here. We
because
watch
it
it.
ain't
We
not
joking
one
here.
person
Everybody
on
else
the stage
doesn't
that
have
has not held
It's
themselves
just-
accountable for their bullshit.
after the reunion, but in the filming, when we're filming for the season, who's holding us?
So what you're saying is nobody's
Every
being
time
addressed
I'm the-
in that moment? That's
And
not true
it's,
either.
I'm the one that's being
That's not
addressed.
true either.
That's
I think you
not
should
true.
go back and watch.
You're not even being addressed in the moment. We addressing you now.
You address me in the moment when we're filming. You addressing me now. So it's always about me having to hold myself accountable for
They
everything
addressed
that I
you when you
do
was at the
on
party,
and off
right?
film. But I don't see anybody else
They
doing
until y'all
that.
got to the first shit.
Or either what it is either you feel like someone doesn't address you, or you feel like when we address you, you don't give a fuck. Because Nyoka and Devin both addressed you several times, and Tamika, about how many drinks you had had.
Oh, so
And
then
you
we're
kept
gonna go
saying,
there. We're gonna go there now.
I don't care.
Like,
So
okay.
when someone
Since we're gonna talk about the
you
drink
don't
count,
you don't like that.
since we're gonna talk about the drink count,
Well, since
I
we're
see
all in the
drinks
circle,
under
hey,
the
my name is Devin.
No, don't bring that shit up.
So
Blah, blah, blah.
why is it that like we have an event and I'm the one being filmed like I'm over here, I'm a drunk, I'm an alcoholic because I can't.
The
contain
camera
my
only
liquor.
gets
Because
what
So
I'm
the
gonna get you
camera-
what the reality
the
is.
camera gets what the reality
everybody
is.
That's the type of time
up
you
here
was
on
on,
these
though.
couches have had drinks, have
But
watched each
everybody
other,
know-
have had
everybody
worse
know Devin done
episodes.
fucked up.
But yet mine was
Where's it on
caught,
TV?
and now I'm a drunk.
Well, Darius.
So
Where's it on
that's
TV?
okay.
And you
Nobody
said
feel
that-
that.
Okay.
Let
I
me-
said mine was
But
caught,
my
but
still
y'all
don't know
have
how to
had
handle
worse episodes.
But
After my
Darius,
deal, I'm
but-
still not- I'm gonna know how to
Hold
handle
on.
myself.
It's not about being caught, Darius. It's we were filming and you was drunk and you it happened.
Okay,
And
So
then you
what-
tried
so
to
I-
call me out.
I want to know.
How do you always have to put up
But
Yes,
hold on.
it is.
I would like to know. An example of someone else doing it. You said everybody else has had worse
Name three
episodes
times.
that ain't been on camera. So I want to know,
Right,
did you
right.
see
I have
anybody here
one.
do it while we were filming?
while we were filming,
Yes.
you know what? Never mind. It
Oh,
hasn't-
no.
Oh, you brought it up.
No,
Answer the question.
no.
Well, because it hasn't happened.
You're
That's
holding us
the point.
accountable.
It has not happened. No one here has been to the point of being drunk and falling out while we were filming. Now, what they do in their personal life.
You fell over my sofa, baby.
Right.
What was this?
I'm sorry.
Okay.
And as a matter of
I'm
fact,
sorry, though.
you're right.
Well, we're gonna talk about her probably a little bit later, but I just wanted to clear it up because on Twitter you made it seem like I specifically.
Okay, you had
You made it seem like I portrayed you to be this alcoholic. You made it seem like I edited it
Well, with the
to make
drink
you.
count, I thought that was a little bit uncalled for because I mean, like, so I'm having a few drinks, but why did
No,
you have
few
the-
is few.
the need to actually
even in that-
show
Yeah.
how many drinks that I
Darius,
had?
let me tell you this. Let me explain this to you. You had a lot more drinks than what I put on the drink count. For one. For two,
But why was it necessary to show that?
because
to the
what happened
viewers?
later on in the episode
It's reality.
where you fell
They
over the
need to
couch.
feed you.
And what happened was I didn't even show you fall. I cut that out for your sake. You only saw you laying on the couch. I didn't show you falling over, not even anybody on that couch.
Yeah, because it was a Humpty situation, child. I didn't know.
So I don't want you to sit here and pretend like I just made you look so bad, because that's not what happened.
Because you lied and told
I'm always looking
Sade.
bad, so you know
You
what?
lied
I'm
and
at the
told
point that I'm
Sade you was
used to
just
it
laying
anyway.
on the
Right.
couch.
That was not even what it was.
And that wasn't the case.
You was just laying on the couch, chilling.
That's fine.
You just
Yeah.
forgot all about the fall.
Before.
All right, so
That
let's.
vent that you
Personally,
was
I'm gonna cause you the way down.
It was more of a concern. It wasn't to throw shade towards you, but for me
Mama
as a
about to-
friend, I was genuinely concerned because you have switched it up. So I didn't know if it was a new boyfriend or what this new change is, but I don't like it.
Okay, got you spitting.
I don't
Don't know
Right,
which way to
that's why I
go.
was just like, wait, hold up, this ain't going too far. You know what I'm saying? So that was why I wanted to bring it to your attention. Like, wait, you need to slow down. So it's not that I'm trying to control you or anything like that, but it was just more like, okay, we're there for 9. You falling over a couch. She has guests there.
It
You know,
was just
it
us.
was just, it wasn't just us. It was just not a good look.
We're trying to control you anyway.
You get mad at the things that you request. Like, you got mad at Tamika for pulling you to the side and kind of letting you know, hey, like, kind of calm down. You talk shit about me pulling you to the side of the photo shoot
Ain't that what a
when
friend
that's
does?
what a friend does. But then when we do it, well, she must be getting paid. And then talking about Tamika coming at you like she thinks she your mama. No, we're acting like your friend.
But do you get what everyone is trying to say or say?
I don't think you do.
You know
Yeah.
what? I feel like, you know what, they
Attacked.
continue to think that I'm a
This is the
victim.
victim.
They can
This
think
is-
whatever
this
the
is
fuck they
what
want to
this
think
is.
about me. And I don't really give a fuck
Always
because at the end of the day,
We're trying to
I am
tell you.
I
Rashida, where you
don't
going?
have to deal with this bullshit, so.
Rashida, you
No,
good
bring your ass here,
So,
boy.
I don't
Bring
have
it
to
back
deal
here.
with
Bitch.
Bring your ass back.
Darius,
There it is.
yeah, that's the one thing that
Girl, I didn't get
I don't
you
like.
the time, child.
I cannot. This was way
There
too
it is.
much. Way too much.
Wow.
And I really.
Hey, you're supposed to be an adult.
The absolute most.
Come on.
Okay.
Come on, baby.
Now I'm bringing you
Listen,
back.
I don't need any more.
You walk up
of
the
this
stage next time, you need to come
negativity
back
coming
with
at me
tears
like
in your
I'm-
eyes.
I don't have to cry.
Okay,
You don't have to cry
girl.
for.
That's
Like,
good.
For yourself.
I don't need to cry for myself either. I don't feel no pity.
You dress like that, you letting the devil use you.
You need to go to church and stop getting off the damn drugs. How about that? Period.
They pushing that narrative, honey.
Okay,
Talk
we
about
gonna,
that.
That's
use
too
you
much.
more.
That's too much.
okay, we gonna move on because you're getting upset.
He doing the most,
It's
bro.
absolute.
All right,
Please.
Let me tell you
I don't
something
want
as
to
my
say anything
friend.
else.
Keep me in check if I'm on some bullshit.
Me too.
Right. I don't want anyone around me that's not gonna hold me accountable. Period.
Please.
I'm fine
Keep it
with
real.
myself.
No,
I'm
everybody
fine
needs
with it
somebody.
myself, no.
But you
Everybody
have
needs
these type of
I
friends
don't
for a
need
reason.
you want
toxic
people
energy, no
toxic.
negativity. I don't need none of that shit. So if y'all can watch it, if y'all want to
You must
continue
not like
to
your
bring
friends.
that
okay,
shit
all right.
towards me,
Let's move on. Let's move on. Let's move on.
I don't y'all
Let's move
anyways.
on.
It's giving,
That's too much. Like,
it's giving Devin on his second season, girl. You don't have to shun it. You don't have to shun it.
So let's go back to your party. So Darius made his comment or whatever he said, and he went and apologized to Christina, but not to you. So I would like to know: have you ever received the apology from Darius?
I have. He
Okay.
did call me that night and he did apologize.
Okay.
So I appreciate that.
Okay. So Nyoka made a comment that you, Christina, prioritize your friendship with Melanie over everyone else's. Darius also said
Be your
that
own friend.
he sees cracks in y'all's friendship. Christina,
So it can't be both.
I don't think so either.
no. She said you prioritize your relationship with Melanie over everybody else. Darius said he sees cracks in your friendship.
Oh,
that's-
you're not.
You and not.
That's what I thought he said.
Okay.
Yeah, and I disagree.
Yeah. So I would like to know, since that's two different people saying something about your relationship, where's your relationship at?
I don't have a problem with our relationship, and I feel like if Nye had like a legitimate issue with me, I've never been the type of person to bite my tongue, and neither is she. So I don't have an issue, and I don't feel like I prioritize Mel. Mel works a lot, so I don't see how I could prioritize someone who is not available to me as much as I would like them to.
I feel like Christina's amazing at balancing the many friendships that she has. She's able to divide herself in a way that however many the friendship circle is or people in her circle, we get a comfortable piece to where we feel
Okay, and that's me and my feelings. And I'm gonna say what I want to say.
good. I mean,
You know what I'm saying?
And that's okay, friend.
And
I
that's
love
okay.
you. I love
And
you.
that's
I
love.
feel like
And
we're gonna make
I
some
feel
more
like she
time.
does a good job of balancing and making sure everybody feels loved in whatever capacity they need Christina to fit in. So I think she does an
I want my
amazing
son.
job. So I
Okay.
feel like her friendship with Nyoka should never ever be compared
And no
be
crabs.
compared, be identified,
Can't
be
be
viewed
compared.
by anybody else because they have their own bond that has nothing to do with me.
Exactly.
Christina have our own bond that has nothing to do with Naoka, and it works.
Okay.
So I don't think anybody should ever question how somebody balances their friends.
Okay.
That's not your place.
All right. Well, Nayoka, let's turn it to something positive a little bit. Let's talk about your blog.
Okay.
How's it going? Well, first off, before you tell me that, like, how was it like featuring your blog on the show and putting it out there?
You know, it was really dope because I suffer with imposter syndrome, so I had to go through therapy and kind of like, you know, boost myself up. But it's really dope to just put myself out there, just put my work out there, have people appreciate it.
Yeah.
Really put my message out there.
You know what I love about her blog is that you get to see a side of Nye. I mean, even though, you know, we're on the show and you guys get to see a different side of, people get to see a different side of Nye. Like a blog shows a more sensitive side. Like people get this rah-rah side, this
Yeah.
New Orleans baddie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, my inner
But
me.
they get this like soft, emotional, like here's all of me,
Yeah.
so that you can be comfortable with all of you type of woman. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And especially as black women, we need that.
Exactly.
I love it.
We need that.
Now, I know I went on there a few times. I was like, oh, girl.
Right.
Get out my life.
Yeah.
Get out my life, girl.
Put it out there to the world, you know. So
No, it's great. I appreciate you. I appreciate you wanting to share that on the show.
Yeah.
I think it's good to see y'all's personal endeavors as well.
thank you for
And,
letting me share it.
Yeah,
To
absolutely.
everybody.
Yeah. So I do want to ask a question because this kind of happened at the blog launch party. After Tamika and Darius kind of had their whatever. Tamika made a comment that nobody in the group really cares for Darius. Now, how do y'all feel after seeing her say something like
I don't think she's been here long enough to make.
If we didn't care for Darius, he wouldn't be doing all of this. Baby, I would not give
She
you the
don't
time
know
of
Darius.
day.
Yeah, you only
Okay, to my own defense,
She
I
was
did
still
say
new.
that
Yeah.
I was new,
Right.
but now that we did this together for some time now I kind of understand why people
'Cause
feel
I said the
how
same
they
thing
feel.
last year.
Right, and so that's where the whole comment about everybody can't be lying, because now I have been around, I kind of see Darius' relationships with each individual, so I'm like, okay, now it makes sense.
Yeah.
So being
So you
around
can
the
be on my
group,
team too if you want to.
No, it's not about
You know, he take everything so defensive.
That's fine.
I'm sick of
cool with
it.
it.
Stop
That's
with the
fine.
victim.
Like I said, I'm not a victim, honey. I'm just stating what I'm feeling.
This is not about picking
If you-
sides.
You're taking everything as a personal attack.
He said, pick a side, pick a
ask the
side.
This is not about picking
And I'm
sides.
just
It's just us as,
just like everyone else.
beings.
I feel like
Friends,
everybody
no.
here has
But see, as a
decent
friend,
20/20 vision. We all
so
think
but
the same
Darius,
thing.
are your friends not able to come to you and be real with you about something?
They want us to be fair.
Or you want us to enable your behavior.
Yeah.
No, I don't want you to enable my behavior. It's just that I
You want
feel
some
like
yes men.
I'm always being exposed to my wrongdoings, and I would like to see the fact that when y'all fuck up on film, I want to be able to come to y'all, and I want to see that
But
y'all.
once we fuck
Then
up, we
we-
don't do it again.
Okay.
Then have we addressed you on film?
Yeah, step.
I've been addressed
Everybody
on
got
film. Not having been
Everybody has
Have you been
been
addressed?
addressed on TV.
Okay.
That's cool though.
I think and correct me if I'm wrong, I think this is the problem. I think because you've been doing it so long, I feel like
It's the same.
it's the same thing.
Pick a
And I
new
feel
category.
like
Of his tolerance.
Yeah.
Very high.
Pick a new problem.
I feel like you've been doing this so long, and I feel like you get caught out every season, but you do stuff every week. So it's like I think that's what it is. I think you've been doing it a long time, and you've been doing the same thing forever.
That's cool. If that's y'all's diagnosis of me, that's fine.
Not
We don't
diagnosis,
want to
we don't
know.
Not what is we
I ain't no
I ain't no damn
doctor.
doctor.
That's your thing. That's the
Grace
reality.
again.
Of it. That's the reality of it.
Okay, let's switch gears. Let's get off Darius for a minute. Tamika and Christine. This season for y'all two was very tense, very drama filled. Coming into the show, Tamika, you had no issue with anybody. Correct.
No, I am like mother love. I love people.
Right.
And so I was really excited. I was like, oh, this is gonna be a fun group to be around. And
Right.
Darius, he did kind of give me the 411, but still. Like, but yes, he gave me the 411, but I'm the type of person like, you can tell me about somebody, but I do want to see it for
Yeah.
myself. Until they cross me, I'm gonna give everybody a fair chance.
So Christine, I'm gonna tell you this: a lot of people said you were wrong. A lot of people. Do you feel like you were wrong?
No,
Why?
because I think a child needs to stay in the child place, and that's just is what it is. And I think that, people think that I'm wrong for the simple fact that people don't want nobody to say anything to their child. And if your child don't do or say, I'm gonna finish.
That's not
saying,
legal.
I'm gonna finish saying what I'm saying.
I'll let you know.
So with that being said, people automatically, judge because we didn't show that part. So with that being said, with people having issues with somebody addressing their child, it doesn't matter what he said. They're gonna have a problem.
Not true. If you ask anybody about me, I am all about the village.
Did you come to me and ask me what I said?
When I finally got to see
You didn't ask me what I said. You
Well,
automatically judge based on what your daughter told you. You never asked me what happened.
okay, well, I apologize for that part. I
appreciate
have
it.
no problem saying I apologize to you for that. But at the same time, Devin had already went out there and called you. You confirmed on the phone that you cussed her out, actually.
But if you had to talk to me, first, it would not be nothing that Devin could come tell me. Because you and I addressed the situation and we could have squashed it. But I can't squash what's being said about you, and you can't squash what's being said about me if somebody else has to tell me what's going on.
Well, in all fairness, it was a few months before she saw it. So does that not play a
Yeah, 'cause I
factor?
kept saying when I see her, I'm gonna.
Because she did not, in her defense, she did not bring it up at the party.
So
I'm
there are
just gonna say
but
that.
there are several people that were at the party that she could have asked, hey, can I have some information so you talk to me about something important? Instead of making it a situation. I would have reached out to her.
Well, so if that's the case, why come at the party you didn't pull me to the side and say, hey, why is your daughter here? And I could have told you.
But that wasn't the issue, it was what was said and what your daughter was doing, is what I addressed.
Well, I never knew she did anything other than just being there to help me because I was hosting the party. And here's the thing. Like I told someone else, like we have to be careful like what we say about people because you don't know people's situations.
Mhm.
I'm newly divorced. So it is just me and my daughter. So I'm not gonna leave her home even though she's of age. I'm not gonna always leave her at home. She has her own set of issues. So yes, there are gonna be times that she's with me. It's not for you to judge that because you don't know my situation.
Yeah, I would have tried.
And had you told me, hey, I have an issue with her being here, she's, blah, 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 I could have said, you know what, here's the situation. And we would have been good. But it was just the fact, the little comments she was making towards her, rolling your eyes, like she is a child at the end of the day. But if I felt like my child was in danger, or if it was inappropriate, then yeah, if we was at the club, she wouldn't have been there. We were
So
at
what your
the
parents
house.
tell you when you young and you step into an adult place?
They tell you stay in the child's
Stay in
place,
the
but what did
child's
she do that was not in the child's place though?
So
Her being there? Like,
it wasn't
it's
about
a
her being
crime
there.
for being there,
We've
or-
already discussed that. And if you want to discuss obviously what was said and what was done fully, I'll be more than happy to do it. But I'd rather not
Let's do
put
that.
your daughter's business out there with it.
Okay.
So, I accept your apology. I apologize for being disrespectful. If you felt I was disrespectful
What?
to your daughter. With your daughter.
Apology.
Look what they doing!
Child! I'm about to get up and shout.
First apology on film.
I appreciate that. Woman to woman, I do. No shade. No shade at all towards Christina. I appreciate that. That means a lot to me. That means everything to me. I appreciate you.
Well, that's good. See, I'm glad we got some resolution today.
But see, how the situation moved would have gotten a different response from me because it moved the way it moved, which is the reason why I got the response at first.
So do you think David had a part of that?
I do.
You know what?
What was that?
Girl,
How's that
the
fun?
kids say
Messy is the one that lies in the first place.
Right, you told me things that didn't transpire.
It
You know,
being messy that day.
Oh my God! I said that she said you cussed her daughter out. Yeah. Okay. She didn't quite say that.
But
But
one
do you-
word can
So
change
you
the
don't hold yourself
whole
up against-
situation.
Okay. So if it was not that, if she didn't cuss her out, what did she say? Why was you still pressed about it?
Because it's somebody else's child. And
You can believe. I would recommend you always believe what your child says first.
Exactly.
Always believe it.
Exactly.
But
I
if
don't
somebody
give a
come to
fuck.
me and tell
Then
me
you
that
go
somebody
through
done
the
cussed
rest.
out my kid,
Yeah, that's
Like,
you.
come
That's
on.
just a
It's
little
an immediate
different.
that's
reaction.
just a little different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Instead of, hey,
saying?
you know what, so-and-so had a little
Because if she
conversation
got
with
into
your
it, if my
child.
child's out of line, I'm gonna tell y'all right now. If my child say something, she do something, you see her doing something out of line, get on her ass right there. And then come
takes a
to
village.
it takes a good, and I
if you're
understand
comfortable enough to
that.
bring her around, you got to be comfortable with her business.
And then I gotta
that are
trust
hard.
the people that surround her. So I have no problem if she says something. You had every right, Christina, to correct her in that moment, and then let me know, hey, I had to get on her ass, and I was like, okay, you know better. But the fact that it just kind of, like I said, I think the
way
outside
it
people,
moved, the way it
it
got
moved,
the way
and
it
kind of
got
like you
back.
said, Mel, when we met, you were like, go ahead and talk to Christina, don't talk to nobody
I
else
told you that
because
please,
it's like
when
the
it get back, it's
telephone.
gonna be bad. So
And it
please
did,
talk
and
to
that's
her.
exactly what happened. So, I mean, I appreciate you, saying that, but y'all didn't take your advice. But
Okay.
part of that was because I hadn't seen her. Part of that is because I hadn't seen her, and so by the time, like I said, I did bring it up. Darius brought it up at Nas' party, and I did. Now, I did not try to shut that down
He did.
or whatever. And then Devin didn't make it no better at the party because then he calls
Devin
Chrissy.
went out and had a whole
He,
conversation.
and then came back in like he didn't do nothing. I had an issue with that. I mean,
I
let's
didn't
go ahead and talk about
like
that.
anything. I went on there. It was my
Let's go ahead and
fault.
talk about that.
I dialed. Y'all see me walked out. What do I need to tell somebody
But
if I
the
was
point that you
dialing?
came back in like you didn't say shit, that's the problem I had with
Did y'all
the
ask me?
situation. Oh, what y'all in
Did
here
y'all
doing?
ask?
Not being
But
mad.
I don't think no one would expect you to be like, oh, let me call Christina. Tell
Why
her.
not? That's my friend. Everybody else's friends, they call their
still.
friends, so why couldn't they call
But
my
it was just the
friend?
point how you came back in there like, oh,
But
what
the
y'all in
what
here
you
doing?
said, it was what you said.
Okay, what I
Not
said,
being
like we
messy.
said before, I throw a little hot sauce. I'm sorry.
That was
I
more
just
than
not
hot
add no
sauce.
more hot sauce, no more,
A
y'all.
little more than hot sauce.
Keep it
Okay.
bland.
No salt.
Creole in there. You got enough food.
My apologies.
Right.
My apologies, but I'm just saying.
Don't twist my words, please.
Well, listen, I'm glad y'all got some resolution. So since that's resolved, can we talk about Melanie and Devin? Y'all beefed all season.
2 seasons.
Technically 2 seasons.
It led into this.
I would like to know what. Actually, before I ask y'all, Naomi, what do you think it's gonna take for them to move on?
I guess just to let go whatever issue they have with one another. I don't really know what the issue is.
She done let it
They
go.
have Shade and Kiki and
So what? So let's ask this, Devin. What is the issue? Explain to me the problem.
No, talk about that shit. This is
No,
what I'm talking
this is the
about.
time to talk about it and get it all out.
Y'all making me seem like I'm just a bad person.
No, I want to know what the issue is. Tell me the problem.
I can never do. But it's just like, when I started the group, y'all hates me, so I was like, oh, it's a new person. Let me try it out since I've been here a while, But it backfired because people talked about me.
You know what?
To my face, so I'm just like, okay, I really did like the bitch, but
So is it that you want to be her friend? Like what is it?
I really did want to be her friend.
If you a fan,
But
just say it.
what she said to me really
Just
hurt
say
my
it.
feelings. Like, she called me bony knees and my
And the health issue.
my health issue.
That was. I'm sorry. That was funny.
Bony
knows about the health issue.
No. I want to get to some real resolution.
I've never heard anybody say that. It's hilarious.
So you really just want your feelings were hurt, is what it sounds.
It
Like.
really
It sounds like your feelings were
y'all said
hurt.
not
Let me
asking.
tell you
I said,
something.
yeah, my feelings was hurt when we was out in that outing. I was hurt.
But why didn't you come say something instead of every time we're around you act out?
Because
It's like
I'm a
you-
tourist.
It's
And
like,
I act how
it's like a
If you
kid
shoot
that
it,
wants attention.
If you can't catch that motherfucker, don't shoot.
That part.
Okay, so let's see if we can resolve this. What's it gonna take now?
Devin, I am going to be honest with you. First and foremost, because I did receive a lot of backlash this season in regards to me speaking on your health, that is definitely not an issue to play with. So I want to apologize to your face for everything that I said dealing with your health. But I mean, we were into it. So low blows, unfortunately, don't have any room.
Hello.
You don't know I go to hell.
Look, I'm not Michelle Obama. You go low,
Right.
you go lower.
Let's 2 feet deep if I'm pissed off.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm like. So I apologize 100%. I'm sorry that you felt the way for me not reaching out to you. It was not intentional. Not at all. I know I had mentioned something to Christina about like, hey, how's Devin? Have you heard any updates? He's so it's not that I just didn't reach out to you.
That's true.
So I apologize for however that way that made it feel. I'm sick of fighting with you.
Yeah, me too.
Because it's gonna be a ever-ending match. Because you're not gonna let up. I'm not gonna let up. It's at this point, it's not
It's not making my character look right. I just hate.
mine either. So I apologize. I have no beef with you. I have
I
no
don't either.
anything.
I don't even like beef, girl. I only eat chicken.
You know what? Goodbye.
Shut up.
I'm done.
Stand up in these heels. Okay, we're friends now.
For real,
Okay.
you got to stand up.
Yes.
All right. See, we got some resolution today. That don't always happen.
Right.
Nobody.
Not two saves.
Okay. Okay. So I'm glad. So let's get down to the end of it. Darius. What do you think of Darius? Because you done walked off. You didn't. Let's come on. Let's try to end it. What do you think?
I want to know what your beef is with me, Darius, because this entire season you talk shit about me. I really and truly, I'm sorry guys, I really and truly want to know what your problem is. What did I do to you?
There was no issue. It was just in the moment when
In
we
the
were
moment.
out. That's what was going on. When at Nyoka's blog launch, neither Christina nor you were there.
Okay.
So I was making an opinion, and that's what I said. Is that I feel like if y'all were really her friends, you know, and this is something that's very important to her, why
Who
aren't you
hurt you?
there? I'm sorry,
What's your
what?
personal attachment?
Yeah, personal attachment. It wasn't no person. It was an opinion. That's all I was saying. It was an opinion. And I
Sometimes
voiced it.
opinions aren't always needed to be voiced. There's a time and a place. And
That's fine.
even,
So you think it was liquid courage?
Use that thought.
Did you say it was liquid courage?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't liquid courage.
so you
no.
would have said that sober. So why did you say it to our face?
Why did you say it at all if you
The only
supposed to be
time
our
that
That's
we
true.
saw
Why would
each
you
other
say it
was
at
at
all?
the
Like it's not the
Yeah.
alcohol, it's not an emotional thing,
Like,
an attachment.
this is something that you
It's
do.
gotta be something that this. And the
You gotta
reason
bring
we
it in.
said right? You
What's
You
gotta,
going
gotta
on?
figure out the issue because
I honestly don't have an issue with you. I'm gonna just put it out there. I really don't.
So-
I was just being messy.
Oh, okay.
Let's just call it what it is. A spade.
Spade.
Call it what it is. Now.
I'm the
Like,
king of
say
messy,
that.
so let's just say that.
Just
right
say you
there.
like being messy.
So,
I wouldn't want that title, but okay. You're okay
I wouldn't
with
want that
title?
either, but at least it's a step above.
especially when it's your friends that
And
you
least
being
hold
messy
yourself
with.
accountable.
Right, like that's what I'm saying. Like when you're messy with your friends, like when we
About
kiki
your
about
friends.
other people, that's okay.
Right.
But when we kiki about people that are in our
inner
circle,
circle, right.
that's a problem. That's real weird. You can't claim that you're my friend, but then sitting with them and Devin had something that he felt, he said something that he felt about me, and here you come and yeah, this bitch.
I agree.
That's not shade. You have a problem with me at that point. That's
And you
not
know,
shade.
And you said
you
the
know
board,
who to do
too.
it is the problem. Like you know,
You
you
know
know,
who
I'm gonna shut the shit
I
up.
have a theory. I have
Conveniently, you
a-
say it when I'm not around.
I have a theory. Darius, are you still mad about last season?
It's gotta be.
I'm not really even mad about it anymore.
Yeah.
because
Gotta
I
be.
moved
Gotta
on.
be. But you still talk shit.
I mean, the thing
Because
is,
this is why this is
my.
my theory. Because I can't understand what else it could be. I understand you being mad last season.
Something got
I understand that.
Okay.
But then coming into this season, it's like you wanted nothing to do with them.
But then call me telling me that you my friend.
Because we did, I mean, y'all did have that conversation while she was doing her confessionals. It didn't make it to the show.
You called me.
But I do have it where you called her and apologized.
I was siding with Devin at
Like,
that moment.
please,
too,
I would
where
love for everyone to hear it
he
because-
was feeling in a very bad place.
Okay.
So I was siding with Devin. So when he felt attacked,
So you're
I was
flip-flopping.
So when you
That's
hold on,
flip-flopping. That's the
hold on,
definition
because
of
we're getting to
flip-flopping.
something. So you trying to tell us
yeah.
when somebody feels some type of way, you willing to get down in the nitty gritty and talk about your own friends with them
Just
to
to
make
build
them
them
feel
up.
better,
That's bad. That's bad.
and to build up somebody who just became your friend to a friend that you brought around.
Could you say that you're my friend, Devin?
Could you say that that's your friend?
So you can we establish some friendship.
Because
This was just
you
tools.
with him.
I thought you established the friendship.
But
He ain't never said that he was my
your
friend.
best
Did you
friend,
ever say that?
But then you talk shit about him to
Did you?
Tamika.
I didn't know we
I'm
was
so
a
confused.
family was friends. I thought everybody was, we just knew that everybody was friends.
Y'all cool. Like
It's a family.
I mean, you reached out, so I thought we was, had to understand
I don't have any issues with you, but you never ever told me that we were friends.
But when did you? Does it
I mean, what grade?
Why do you have to be an announcer?
In elementary, I didn't know I had to
Say
tell
we
you.
gotta announce. You're my friend.
you are
Yeah,
now
you're
my
my
friend.
friend. Oh my
So
God.
I'm trying to figure out
He had
what
me chair, tried to hold my
What are the
hand.
requirements for Darius to not talk shit about you because clearly a friend did it. You still want to talk about
You
those.
need a man.
I'm gonna talk about
So,
shit.
So, what are the
Listen,
requirements that we need to achieve
There
to
are
where
no
Darius is
requirements.
I
not
would say
saying?
There are no
But I don't
requirements.
think so.
I
They're not
will
gonna
voice
change
my
it.
opinion. I will say whatever the fuck I want to say.
It's a- not
Whether if I
about-
say
To
it
everybody
when
but
you're
them.
there or
But
when
you
you're
gotta
not
hold-
there,
you
when
gotta-
you're on social
you gotta
media.
back
I
it
want
up.
to
You
voice
gotta
my
back- you
But
gotta
you
opinion.
don't see a
That's
problem
a
with it
problem.
though.
I don't see a problem with
That's
it.
what's in your
Oh, and
opinion?
at this point, I'm
You
done.
talk
I don't.
Yes, you're talking shit at
I
this
don't.
point.
I don't think it's gonna get resolved. So we're just gonna.
It's a personal
We're gonna
issue.
try to wrap it.
Yeah, you gotta go.
That's
talk
why I
to
said
somebody
y'all can
about that.
diagnose me.
We don't want to.
Because you want to make it like it's the Dr. Phil show earlier.
As
So
your
you
friends,
can
you wanna
diagnose
bring it to your
me to do
attention.
whatever the fuck y'all want to
Okay,
do.
you pay for
And that's fine. I'm cool with it.
There's. I think you're being. I think you're being very defensive and very delusional at this point.
That's fine.
I do. I think we're just gonna leave it alone. Tamika, would you do another season?
I'm thinking about it.
Okay. Okay. Cool. I don't think I need to ask anyone, but I guess I will. If you want to volunteer your information. But Devin.
Yeah, I'll be ready.
Melanie.
I would definitely be back.
Christine.
Sure.
That's a chill.
Nyoka.
Yes.
Darius.
It does happen.
We'll think about it.
Yeah, somebody get killed out of here.
We'll review the footage and we'll get back with
Get back
you.
to you.
So
Get Kim out of here.
So I would
Thank you
like.
for your service.
Right.
I would like to go around because I want to end on a positive note. So I would like for everyone to tell me what their best moment of the season was and something that they either regret or would like to do over. So I'm going to start with Christine. Yeah.
I think the best moment was, and I want to take this back now, but the best moment I felt like was when me and Darius was at that Mexican restaurant.
You want to say that?
That was a good moment too.
We had a very good moment.
It was giving.
And the reason I have a valid reason as to why I would take it back is because the conversations we are now having is contradicting what we discussed. So with that being said, it makes me feel like maybe you were not as genuine then or you're not being as genuine now. But I don't know. You know what I mean? Like when you act like this, I don't know. I think the worst part would have probably been Rika and her daughter. I think that whole situation could have played out and we discussed it a lot differently. Yeah, hopefully I could have
Nyoka, well, America, I don't think you had any bad seasons. You chilled this season.
Yeah, I was chilling. My best part was the blog launch.
Yeah.
But anything that went against my character was not really
Okay. Darius.
Well, I will say that I can't say that I had any best moments, honestly, because obviously, like,
I don't think that's true. I don't, that's not
I
true.
mean, damn.
That's not
I will say,
In the movie, you wasn't talking
I will say that, you know, Jen and I tried to have common ground, and I would say that was probably one of the best moments of the season for myself, my experience. One of the worst moments I will have to say is how I have treated Tamika and Melanie. Because I mean, I introduced Melanie to everyone last year, and I introduced Tamika. So for me to say that,
Maybe we need to stop having you boyfriends.
Okay, because you're not.
Because when you bring your friends to the show, your friendship just
You can't keep
they
it.
tend to be
They
sad.
go so you're not allowed to bring nobody else to the show.
That's fair enough.
That's okay. Melanie.
Well, he brought me to the show.
Well, y'all started at the
Let's see. I would definitely have to say my worst times are anytime I had to resort to saying things that took a shot at my character while in the mix of Devin and I's arguments or battles or spats. And it's definitely not something I want to be portrayed about me. So that was definitely worst moments, and I can own up to that.
Yeah.
Best times? I have to say, unfortunately, I wish I could have been here as much, but they don't open this world back up and they just want to throw me from plane to plane. But I will say the conversation that I had with Tamika, especially upon getting to know her, she understood how I felt and then tried to get me to see my issues with me going below the belt with Devin.
She was very neutral.
Very neutral. Like I didn't feel a pick a side. I didn't feel I'm on your side. I just felt as someone trying to say, hey, step out of your own shoes and just look at the situation. Although I followed it, but I understood and I respected it, which is you know,
It's
what
giving y'all
ultimately-
clear people. Y'all
What
got
ultimately led me to realize why Devin was really hurt, like what really was it. So that was probably the best moment for me.
Tamika?
Best moment was, I would say, just getting to know new people. This time in my life, it's very important to have an inner circle of people that I can trust, love on me, support me, hold me accountable. And so I just want to thank y'all all personally for just allowing me to join the group. Looking forward to just creating more crazy memories together with y'all. I know it's not gonna always be fun games. There's gonna be times we don't agree.
It's always gonna be fun.
There's gonna be some shady moments and all that, but I'm here for it. So let me go and just answer that question. I will come back.
Okay, good. I love that.
And then just with her launch and everything, mental, illness is such a huge thing going around. I think it's super important that we're open and we're honest with people about what we're going through personally,
Yeah.
because you never know what can help another person. So I think that's amazing. The part that is probably not so good for me was my issue with you, Christina, but I'm so glad today we're able to kind of resolve that, put that behind us, and I look forward to getting to know her. Love that. I love that.
Devin?
Well, I don't remember
Hey,
the
you
bad
are?
parts.
Are you?
You know,
He said you're so bad.
I don't remember the bad parts this season, but the good, I guess me and Mel, I want to say me and Mel, made up. That's really what came down to it. So, yeah.
All right, great. Well, it was a very good season. Again, Tamika, thank you for joining. Thank you all for coming back for another season. And we will see you next year. Thank you for tuning in to the Inner Circle Dallas Season 7 reunion. Woo!